What's up, guys? This is Anthony from Hawkeye Rides. I'm here today at BMW of Wesley Chapel. Phil and Tomas has given us the 2021 BMW 330i xDrive all-wheel drive in mineral white metallic, the modern sports sedan with performance and luxury signature details and room for 5, sports seating, welcome light carpet, standard moonroof, and more. Is the BMW 330i the total package for family and sports blended? We're going to go over all the specs and details, starting now. The BMW 330i keeps a distinct touch with a sleek but wide at 71.9 inches. Iconic kidney grille, its active shutters, high gloss black inserts with the chrome surrounding. They go into the hood with the aerodynamic lines and a long luxury proportion style, a height of 57 inches, BMW LED headlights with your corner lights. Going down to the side, you'll get the curtain that is functional, which I do like that. You get the high gloss as well, front parking sensors, and then in the center area, the high gloss trim comes again. Unfortunately, non-functional vents. I wish they would just cover it up. It does give an aggressive stance though whenever you're looking at it from a rear view perspective. The side reflectors on the flared fenders with upgraded 19-inch double spoke bi-colored orbit gray wheels. A strut front suspension, stiffer springs in the front, multi-link rear. Both the front and the rear will have your coil springs, anti-roll bars. The low styling continues with the aerodynamics that keep the BMW profile. A length at 185.7 inches with the wheelbase at 112.2 inches. You're gonna get the satin surrounding the window trims. High gloss black polish in between. Only thing I dislike about this is it does swirl relatively easy. So every time you clean it, just use a soft microfiber cloth. I do like how BMW pushes out the side sills. No fake vents with the light curtain when you open the door. The luxury rear that integrate your wraparound LED taillights. A light rear spoiler lip, a larger rear window, the high gloss black polish comes into the rear with the non-functional vents on the side. I like that we have the high gloss. I just wish that it was just covering the reflector. You really don't need to make it more sporty than it is. The proportion layout of a BMW really sets the tone for the sport ethics. In the center, you got the high gloss as well, so it gives that luxury flair as well with the dual chrome exhaust finishers. They set out with a thicker surrounding, rear parking sensors, 360-degree camera. You're going to get your trunk release going inside, cargo at 17 cubic feet. There's 2 storage containers on the side, rear bench split folds at a 40-20-40. Let's go ahead and hear that twin-powered exhaust. The BMW 330i xDrive is an all-wheel drive with performance to back it with a 2.0-liter BMW twin-power turbo inline 4-cylinder producing 255 horsepower with 295 pound-feet of torque that's paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission, achieving 25 to 34 mpgs at 0 to 60 at 5.3 seconds with a top speed at 130 miles per hour. The big question, the Kia K5. Does the BMW beat it with style and dynamics? Is the BMW a better drive? Let me know in the comments what you think about the 2021 BMW 330i xDrive as we go into the interior, go over the tech, and take this for our test run. Entering inside the BMW 330i, you're going to get 38.7 inches of headroom, 42 inches of legroom, Synthetech upholstery in the Canberra beige sport bucket front seats, 12-way power adjustment for the driver, 8-way power adjustment for the passenger. They're heated with cushion extensions. You're going to get the natural wood. It's a ash gray brown inlays with the satin aluminum accents. I like the sport proportion to the dashboard, housing an 8.8-inch center touchscreen with navigation. So you have your pinch, you have your swipe. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius XM, 360L, AM, FM, 205 watts out of the hi-fi sound system with 10 speakers, iDrive 7 over-air updates, dynamic driving modes, standard 3 climate control settings, wireless charging, which is right here in front of your cup holders with a USB and a 12 volt. The only thing that's a little bit of a disadvantage is when you close it up, you just kind of close the phone, but you have your Bluetooth connectivity, so it's not a big deal with that aspect. And, you know, just be careful with the cup holders because it is around a lot of electric components. BMW does a good job doing that. You got the wood inlays here as well, and the more money you spend with BMW, the more unique and stylish it looks. For the elbows, it's going to be more firm because this is more of a sport drive, but it does have luxury components with it as well. Opening inside, you're going to get another USB and some storage. It's pretty decent size with that. I like the fact that everything is very visible. Leather wrapped sport 3-spoke steering wheel. Multifunction with paddle shifters. I do like the setup. BMW does a great job with the steering wheel. Looking at the gauge cluster, it's an 8.8-inch digital driver cluster, so I do like that. You also have an array of information that you go through for your stereo settings and whatnot, so that way it can just make it a little bit easier for you. On the door panel, you'll get the ambient lighting, which is also through the dashboard. So it is kind of unique, and I like the fact that it has that flare, one touch up and down. It's going to have more of a firm material door panel storage. You can easily fit 3 16.9-ounce water bottles. The nice thing is you can fit about a 20 to almost 32-ounce big gulp in the side. So that does make it pretty easy, especially considering this is also a family sedan. Let's check out the back seats. For the back seat, I'm at 37.6 inches of headroom, 35.2 inches of legroom. I do like the fact that I don't really hit anything at all. You can really move around, which in a lot of the sedans nowadays, as soon as I move, I'm hitting the headliner. So I do like that I have the room, and even in the seat position that I was sitting in for the driver, plenty of space in the rear. The third climate control setting, that is a really nice touch, and it's standard 2 USB-C port storage behind both of the front seats. I also will say that I'm not a big fan of these cup holders. These ones, I have them in my own personal vehicle, and I just feel they're a bit flimsy sometimes. They do a good job holding things. You can fit maybe a 20-ounce water bottle, 16.9 ounce. For the elbows, it's going to be super soft on this side. Door panel, going to be more firm with the ambient lighting. One touch up and down, and you can fit, I would say, at least 2 16.9-ounce water bottles, and again, probably a 20 to almost 32-ounce big gulp. So I do like the fact that yet again, you still have that styling, but you have areas where you can fit drinks or even snacks, because you can put a snack right here as well. Let's see how I look in the center. Sitting into the center, headroom, no problem. Legroom, I have to actually position my legs against the back of the front seats in the position that I'd be sitting, because otherwise, if I sit like this, I'll have leg space, but then the occupants next to me, I'm sharing so much that we're very close. The seats are very plush. They're just not as wide as they should be, I guess, but this is a smaller sedan, so you're going to expect it to be a little tight for anyone tall like me. And if I'm comparing this to the Kia K5, I will say I like the interior a little bit better with the BMW. I think they do a little bit more craftsmanship, and it just feels a little bit more sporty. Going over your tech, slide over here, and slide again. That way you can see different icons in it. You can also click onto your car settings here. Go into these settings, and this will tell you everything for your driver dynamics. You can put it in sports, and you can change everything as sport drive as you like. Click back. You also have your driver assistance, which will show you every single safety feature you have, and you can click and turn them off, which is pretty intuitive. It makes it very easy as well. Go into your interior lights for your ambient lights. You can change the way they look, and it does have a lot of different color profiles here that you could do if you want to change it, and it'll show you exactly what it will look like on the screen before you do it. Taking the BMW 330i out, 255 horsepower out of the twin power turbocharged 2-liter inline 4-cylinder. The size of the engine is really small, so they are getting a lot of power out of it. And honestly speaking, if you need more power, you can always upgrade to the M3. That would be a lot more power. But getting your feet wet in the entry level, I would definitely say that this is something to consider. As the sit, you do go a little bit lower to the ground. You have about 5.5 inches of ground clearance, so it isn't too bad. You can go over speed bumps without pretty much any problems at all. And it is a bit of a torquey drive, something to get used to at the beginning, but as you see, impurities in the road, nothing like that. It just really absorbs everything. It is a little bit more stiff in the front suspension. If I'm going to be comparing this to the Kia K5, I will say that the luxury that you get in this is really, it's BMW spec, so you know exactly what you're getting. I like Kia as well, and I think they're doing a great job, and obviously the numbers don't lie, so you can't really say anything in that perspective. But we're gonna just see how well this one performs. We're gonna put it into sport mode. We're gonna play with the paddle shifter, so here we go, giving it a little gas, and like I said, it just sets you back. The all-wheel drive is about 0.3 tenths of a second faster, 0 to 60. So if you are looking to get the most bang for your buck, I would recommend that you do the all-wheel drive model. As for visibility, pretty easy. I mean, you can see through all the windows, and they're pretty large for the most part. Even the front windscreen, it's not so huge, but just the way it sets, the hood is a little bit longer. However, you know exactly where the front bumpers are, so that does make it easier because of the way the line structure is. Checking the turn radius at more or less a stop, you're going to be getting about 2 lanes. We're going to give it some gas, and the exhaust note is nice as well, and it does feel pretty aggressive. It does have a good stance to it. As you see, it keeps planted on the road, which is also a nice aspect, and it's very easy to weave in and out of any lanes too, so I like that. The brakes on the vehicle, BMW does a great job with the braking system. Giving it some gas from a stop point. Here we go, guys. Oh yeah, livens up quickly, and you feel the power, which I like the engineering work that BMW does. If you don't want to hear the exhaust, switch back into a comfort mode. Relatively easy as well. You're going to get good gas consumption out of it. You can fit 5 people relatively without any issues. Cup holders is good. Now, there is 3 things I like and 3 things that I dislike, because anything more than that, I'd be buying the vehicle. The 3 things that I like about it is BMW keeps the iconic styling. Every way, any which way you look at it, you know it's a BMW. Great job with that, with the engineering work. The second thing that I like about it is the tech has been getting improved so much more so than it has been in the past, and I actually put it spot on with Mercedes-Benz and Audi, because I like the technology that you get with it. Even though this is a smaller screen, it still has all the technology that you need, which is a great aspect. The third thing I like about it is the torque. So when I downshift a couple of downshifts, you can see what I mean by that torque. It sets you back. Price point, you're obviously going to save if you get the Kia, and you're going to get a better warranty with the Kia, but you're not going to be getting a BMW. 3 things that I dislike about the vehicle is when you get into the lower trims, they focus on a little bit more harder textures. I wish they would just add more of the Synthetech textures so it'd be a little bit more soft. The second thing that I dislike about the vehicle is when I'm in the rear, entering it, I have to kind of go this way and then back this way. Also, I'm tall, but the wheel well, or the door well area that opens, it kind of pushes you out because it's a style element. So it's a little bit harder to get in and out, especially if you are putting like a baby seat or anything in the back seat. The third thing that I dislike about it is in the rear, the only vents that you have are in the center. when you get into Audi and in some Mercedes-Benz, you're gonna get it on the side pillars. Also, when you start getting up the tier with BMW, they add it on the side pillars. Only reason why I wish that they added that is because it would give you full-blown luxury in the rear, especially when you're fitting 3 adults my size. But for the most part, handling on the car is good, the dynamics is good, blind spot monitoring and the sensors work relatively well. I haven't had any issues even when I graze onto the line. The steering pushes me back into the lane, so I do like that. It's a little bit more noise, I would say, in the window area because they're not dual pane windows, but that's something, again, when you go up the tier, it's going to get more luxurious and it's going to have better dampers. But for the most part, it is a great vehicle that goes against Kia K5, which you would never have thought that BMW would be going against Kia. We're going to take this back to BMW of Wesley Chapel, go over the reverse camera, and wrap this review up. Switching to reverse, you do have trajectory, 360-degree camera. You also have the automatic parking and the backup assist. You can also change, so when you click onto here for the 3D view, now you can't click on them here or move it. You have to click on the icons on this side in order to move it, but it is very intuitive in the respect that you can see every single thing around you. Click back here. You also have a car wash feature, which is the thing that I really like, because when you're going into a car wash, honestly speaking, it is difficult sometimes, and this just makes it really easy and it shows you exactly where you're going. And then if you need to back it up, you'll just click this off back into your parking. I'd like to thank Phil and Tomas here at BMW of Wesley Chapel for giving us this 2021 BMW 330i xDrive for our car review. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Hawkeye community. If not, click that subscribe button, check out the details of merchandise and everything we do here at Hawkeye Rides.